Hey guys, Frenzy here, and today I'm going to be recording the 100 sub video. A Q&A was asked for said 100 sub video, so yeah, I'm going to be answering your guys' questions that you left on my community post. So let's get to it. I'm going to just be asking them in the order that they were sent. The first one asks, how many hours do you have in Omega Strikers, and who's your least favorite striker? Well, the amount of hours I have at the time of recording this, I have 385 and a half. And my least favorite striker, if you're I don't know if you're specifying to play against or play as, so I'll answer both. To play as Juno, I don't have any fun playing her. I think she's the most boring character in the game. And my least favorite to go against, it's a tie between Rune and Luna. Rune requires zero skill, and his Porta goalies just play the game for him, and his banish combo is the most cancerous thing in the game. And Luna, I think the character is strong and they keep buffing her, and I think her voice is extremely annoying to listen to. I think her cross-screen dash is irritating as hell to play against, considering she can strike and core flip in said dash for some reason. But the main reason I hate her so much is because her voice pisses me off. And with the new addition of being able to hear characters' specials, no matter who they are, hearing Crater Maker and Who Wants to Go to Space every 30 seconds when I'm playing against her starts to really piss me off because I hate her voice so much. Anyways, next question. What went so terribly wrong in your life that you decided to start watching anime? I met my duo Bandit. He told me to watch an anime. I wanted to not like the anime. I ended up liking the anime. And then I started watching more animes. I started to hate myself even more than I already do. And now I've watched somewhere around 20 animes, I think. Yeah, I went through a downhill spiral. Next question. Why is Vice a better waifu than Octavia? That's objectively wrong. They're both equally the best waifus in the game, and I don't think they're ever going to be beaten by any other character. But at least this guy's base enough to say one of them's a great waifu. Okay, next question. When's the... Okay, I made you a video similar to this. It was the top 3 Omega Strikers grills, and I uploaded it like 2 months ago, and now you want an entire tier list. Okay, 15 likes on this video, and I'll make another shit post like this. But it has to be 15 on this video. Next question. What drives you to make videos and upload them? Mostly it's just for fun. I want to try to move just from strictly gameplay videos. That's mostly what I do. I've done a few shit posts and like memes, and I've done like 2 guides. I must say 2 guides, and I made a couple tier lists, stuff like that for certain things. But I like editing a lot, so I think I might start moving into guides and stuff like that too, along with gameplay videos. Just because I have a little bit more drive to do that, it's just they take forever to edit, and I'm not the most familiar with making stuff like guides and montages and stuff. But I'm trying to get better at it, so I can do that more. Next question. For the 2 currently incomplete teams at the moment, Oni Sisters missing a member and Rasmus still being on his own, got any theories on who might be the missing members? Some Awakenings drop hints of future characters like Vice's guitar or Feeney's hat for a start on where to guess. Yeah, I realized that too. Heavy Impact and Stagger Swagger were character leaks. If I had to guess, the only 2 Awakenings I can see being character leaks still are built different, just because that teddy bear is just really weird and no character has it. I don't know why built different would be such a weird looking teddy bear if it wasn't a character leak. And Egoist is probably a character leak too, because that character's not in the game. But if I had to guess, whichever character is associated with built different will probably be a puppet character that controls another character, and probably be the final one for the Oni Sisters team. And Rasmus, I don't know who could be missing members for his team. I'm honestly just hoping they add a British character with a very stereotypical British accent and put it on Rasmus's team, just because the funny. But yeah, I think the only 2 Awakenings that might be character leaks at this point are Built Different and Egoist. So, yeah. Next question. And any general advice for paying attention to the field? I find, for me at least, it's hard to pay attention to the enemy's cooldowns and pressure placed. Also, for a more general question, most overrated food, why not? Alright, to start, for paying attention to the field, mostly what I do is I just practice my peripheral like vision. I don't really look at the I never look at myself. I always like pay attention to myself in my peripheral vision. I'm usually looking at my teammates most of the game. Like, try to look at the two closest people to the ball. So, like, your enemy and your teammate closest to the ball, and then usually look where your other teammate is. You mostly want to be paying attention to the forwards, if I'm being honest, but usually prioritize the ones closest to the ball, and then look for passing angles. Is like basically what I end up doing. But yeah, like I don't think like don't really look at the ball. You can see the ball so easily because it's the only bright yellow thing in the game. So you'll see that without having to look at it where it's at. So you don't have to worry about staring at the ball too much. Mostly pay attention to the enemy forwards and your forwards. Or if you're on forward, pay attention to your teammate. Paying attention to enemy cooldowns, that's something you're just gonna have to get used to over time. You're just gonna have to memorize the cooldown timers on most abilities. But if you haven't seen them use a cooldown in like 10 seconds, especially if it's a primary, I would just assume that they have it and play around it. Like, for example, when I'm playing goalie, if I see an Estelle use her primary like 8 seconds ago, even if I might be a little unsure if she has it, I'll always clear the ball up into corners, and I will never take a diagonal shot when clearing just because I think she has it. So it's kind of just something you have to think they have and play around it in a way for enemy cooldowns. Pressure placed. Advice for pressure. If you're forward, you really need to help your goalie and go for staggers and try to help them clear the ball, or go for CC stuns. For example, if your goalie's a Dubu and he uses wall and he has an Asher running straight at him with her shield special like ready and her primary. Let's say you're playing a character like Dracarys and Taro, you gotta go up and you have to try to stagger her or help the Dubu clear the ball. Like, that's kind of how you have to deal with the pressure as a forward. You kind of have to pseudo goalie. And if you're on goalie, for pressure place, you either need to use abilities first and then strike second. That kind of varies character to character. Like, if you're Dubu, you should strike first, then log. But in general, cooldowns first and then strikes, and always try to look for like straight down angles or straight up angles, because clearing diagonally or forward, especially when you have a high amount of pressure on your goal or barricades, usually results into you getting scored on or your goal opened up. And also, for the more general question, what's the most overrated food? I'm not going to say food, but I'm going to say drink. Coffee. I can't stand coffee. I think it's probably the worst drink on the entire planet. I don't know how people like it as much as they do. Every single iced coffee I've ever had in my life tastes so bad to the point I can't even like finish a sip of it. I have to spit it out. And most hot coffees don't taste that great either. I've had some that taste okay, but I would never pay the amount you need to get 1 cup of coffee. It's way too expensive for how mid it is. It's not that great. Anyways, that's all the questions that were asked for this Q&A video. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
What's this? Ouchie.